There are a few elements of the costume that I want to define more clearly, with some extra drawings on our turnaround sheet. This includes our hero's shoulder armor, which is facing away from us in both the front and back views of the design, and the medallion that connects the armor to the strap, as it is partially obscured by his beard. I will also include the insignia of his clan as a graphic image. Let's start with the shoulder pad. To get a front view of the shoulder pad, I'm going to find the center line of the armor piece and then its outline. I'll make a few adjustments using the transform tools to help rotate the design to a straight-on view. And then I'll sketch out the major shapes of the armor, like the trim, rivets, and decorative motif. Notice that I'm just doing the one half of the armor piece. This is because it's a symmetrical design, and I can simply reflect the other half when I'm happy with its shape. Once I feel that the armor shape is looking correct from the front view, I can duplicate it and flip it horizontally to create the full armor plate. I'll make a few corrections and adjustments to the decorative motif, move this rough sketch of the shoulder armor to the side, and lastly do a final line pass to solidify the shoulder pad design. Next, I'm going to drop in the insignia of our dwarf hero's clan. I'm going to leave a graphic copy here next to the rest of the callout elements. Then, I'm going to duplicate the insignia layer and, using the transform tools, morph the insignia so that it looks as if it's printed on the material of the tunic. I actually want to fill the insignia with flat color later, and so I need to outline our insignia on the shirt. I'm going to use the magic wand tool to select all the separate sections of the insignia. From here, I'm going to select Edit and Stroke. When the stroke window pops up, I'm going to select a pretty small pixel count, similar to the weight of our final line work, 3 pixels in this case. I'm also going to select the Inside option and then hit OK. This is going to give us a quick, clean outline for our insignia on the shirt, so we can fill it in later. Finally, I'm going to do a quick draw over of the medallion on the shoulder armor, as it is obscured by our hero's beard. I'm going to use the elliptical marquee tool from the toolbox on the upper left. If I hold Shift while I drag the selection tool, I can create a perfect circle. Then let's use the stroke function again, just like we did on the insignia outline. And now we're simply going to trace out the existing design on the medallion. Again, as this design is symmetrical, we can simply rotate the first half to complete the rest of the motif. Now we have the full medallion, along with the other callouts. This removes any guesswork for our 3D artist. So let's drop in some flat colors. Along the way, I've been creating base layers for each of the turnaround elements, using the same techniques as Module 4, where we use the Magic Wand tool to select the negative space around the character, inverted our selection, contracted that selection by a few pixels, and then filled the layer with a medium gray. Now, I want to go back to these base layers and add flat color to them. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to skip the value pass for our back view and simply lay in some flat color for all the turnaround elements. To do this, let's add a new layer just above our base layer. This is going to be our flat color layer. Create a clipping mask between our color layer and our base layer again. And now I'm just going to paint in flat blocks of color under our line work, just like we did before. Again, for this part of the process, I want to use a hard brush with 100% opacity, so that I really get solid areas of color. With the eyedropper tool, let's grab colors from our final front concept and fill in the appropriate sections of our back view and callout elements.